And on this episode of Never to Be Heard From Ever Again, we have this from Forbes: 5 reasons Secret Invasion should be erased from MCU canon. Isn't it amazing that before Endgame, there were movies that weren't that great? There were some Marvel movies that were really, really bad. Yet at no point did anyone say we should erase these movies from MCU canon. Because everything that led up to Endgame was monumentally important to lead into that final confrontation with Thanos, lead into that final battle, lead into everything. Post Endgame, you could scrap it all today and no one would care. No one would bat an eye and say, "Oh man, but we're losing out on this." No one cares. And it really does make me wonder what's going to happen after Secret Wars, after you've milked the multiverse and milked all these movies from the 2000s and bring all these characters back. What do you have left going forward? Nothing. Nothing at all, but that's a video for another day. Let's stick with Secret Invasion, one of the worst MCU shows out there, which is realistically something you can say about all the MCU shows on Disney+. The first reason, Maria Hill survives. Who cares about Maria Hill? They talk about her, one of the longest surviving members of the MCU is Cobie Smulders Maria Hill. Like, who cares? I'm trying to think of this long, drawn-out description of what I could say about her. I don't really... Nothing about her matters. When she died, I was like, oh, she died. That was it. Number 2 says, no Rhodey takeover. Why? Just the idea that Rhodey was a Skrull this entire time. It completely makes that scene where he's sitting next to a dying Tony Stark completely irrelevant now. Armored Wars is, who knows what's gonna happen with that? That ain't going anywhere. That's it's gonna get canceled probably by the time this video comes out. But yeah, that was a huge idiotic idea of having Rhodey be a Skrull, and he's been a Skrull since Civil War. Amazing. How do people do this? Number 3, no Skrull global war. How? How did they think they were gonna get away with this? In the show, if I'm not mistaken, they said there's about 1 million Skrulls out there. 1 million shape-shifting aliens out there. And this show came out years ago? And we haven't heard from them since? Wouldn't you think 1 million Skrulls change the entire landscape of the MCU? I would think if you were to do this realistically, it would be like the movie They Live, where you have these special glasses that you can see Skrulls and reveal who's really a Skrull and who's not, with all these sensors, and like you go through a building and it has like the security check and you go through it, it beeps if you're a Skrull or not. We're talking about 1 million shape-shifting aliens that are here, probably infiltrating every form of government, and no one's talking about it? No one at all. Then we have the best one. This is a hysterical thing. No Gaia the World Slayer. How did they do this? You made Gaia, Emilia Clarke's character, the strongest character in the MCU. A character that literally has all of the character traits and powers of everyone in the MCU somehow. She is by the only thing. There is 0 problems going forward because you have Gaia. And she could literally solve every single problem in the MCU. Oh, Thor, you rang. Oh, there's a god killer out there. I'll be there in 5 seconds. Movie's over. Oh, the Eternals are calling me. Oh, there's some celestial beings that are trying to destroy... It's okay. Say no more. I'll be there in a second. Oh, Doctor Doom has opened up the multiverse. I got it. Movies are all over. It's all over. So, we're never going to see this character ever again. There is no plans for Gaia. It's amazing they spent so much time and effort into this character to make it that we never see her again. Marvel right now, it's truly amazing. There should be documentaries about these movies and shows they're making, because I need to know what's going on here. Did you talk to anyone else while making this? Did you just say, screw it, we're going to make our own thing? I don't even know. I don't even understand where this show fits in the MCU timeline. Because this either takes place before or after the Marvels. And in the Marvels, Nick Fury was the comic relief character. Secret Invasion, he played this as serious as a heart attack. So, like, if Secret Invasion came first, okay, therefore he had all these situations going on, and then he had to deal with everything with his wife, and then he's like, screw it. I guess we'll just go into space and deal with this. Like, wouldn't you want to deal with the million Skrulls out there and all and Gaia issues and things like that? Like, the events of the Marvels, it's inconsequential to what you have going on. And then vice versa. You have the events of the Marvels, and I guess it would lead into Secret Invasion? Why were you so dark and brooding then? Wouldn't you be focused on getting Monica Rambeau back? She's stuck in the X-Men universe. So if Secret Invasion came out after the Marvels, what did he just forget about Monica entirely? Yes, I know when it came out in our time, but MCU timelines are a little bit different than that. So I don't know when this came out. But the fifth and final reason says it simply says it just doesn't matter. And you're right. It doesn't matter. You took Nick Fury, one of the coolest characters, and just emasculated him the entire time. Talking about his wife and just, caring about illegal immigration, all that crap. Like, you made a garbage show with garbage numbers that people are saying it should be erased from the MCU timeline. Amazing. Every time Marvel makes a new movie or show, it contradicts the rest of the movies and shows out there. And it's just awful. So yeah, I totally agree. Secret Invasion should be erased from the MCU timeline. I gotta make a list of movies post-Endgame that were good or bad, because I don't even know where I would rank this. Like, does F even cover it? How many of these movies and shows would be in the F category? I don't know. But, man, in the end, what do you guys think about that?
Oh, open up the border, let them all on in. They'll cook up some mischief, let the chaos